Hi, this is Jeff Humphrey from Caregiver Cloud. I'm going to give you a brief walkthrough of how a student would use our online training system from Caregiver Cloud. Go to the login page by clicking originally on the login link in the upper right hand corner of any page on the site. Once they're logged in, they're brought to their student dashboard, which is what they can use as a graphical menu whenever they log in to get to where they need to go. These same icons are up at the top of the screen and are always up there for a student to access them, to easily get around the system from any page, not just the student dashboard. You can see the profile is one of the functional areas here where the user can set up their user profile. Here's the subjects dive into the course material. Here's the course level dive into the course's material. We have a report card for the student, a leaderboard for gamification to make learning fun, and then here's a career area where they can look for schools in their area if they want to continue their education. So from here, what I want to show you quickly before we start into the course taking is under our services, online caregiver classes. Just want to show you, here's our subject areas. You can see we have about 22 subject areas, including respite worker skills. We also have home health. We have behavior and mental health. These are some of the really important ones. Obviously, bathing, dressing and grooming, ADL area, eating, nutrition and hydration, ADL area. We have emergency training. We have a whole section on disease considerations, cultural diversity, communications. You can see some of the other ones: infection control, laboratory collection, legal and ethical issues, observation skills. Over here we have bowel and bladder. We have a clinical lab collection. So if you look further down, you'll see just a sample of what the student dashboard looks like, and here's also the organization dashboard for when they set up the system. So let me go back to the student menu then, since I'm logged in as a student. I can go directly to the courses in this manner. If you look though, you do get a full student menu here. That's a traditional menu drop down method, which matches the dashboard that I just showed you a few minutes ago. So I'm going to go into the courses section, which I could go into here if I wanted to, but I'm going to go into it from here. This gives me a high level of the courses by subject area. So the way this works is you drill from subject area to the course level. I happen to be in a training class for this particular student. I can look at all the courses, or I can just look at what's in my training class. If I look at all the courses, you can see all of the subjects that are available for access. I'm going to show you going into basic skills, where we have some of the basic skills that are used by caregivers. This is the general screen layout. You can see for each of the courses that's in the basic skills general subject area has a descriptive name. That is the name of the course. You can click on it to go into the course material. We'll do that in a second. Also has this test taking icon. You can see they have help if you go over top of the little icons for that type of information. If something doesn't have a video, then you won't see the video icon. So you can see, about half of the courses have videos. That's the way that the system is set up right now. Some courses have videos, some do not have videos. The ones that do have videos, there can be different types of videos. We have our own custom developed videos that we've made of a couple different varieties. We also have Creative Commons videos that we have reviewed and make available if they're pertinent and well made. Some of those might be interview videos. Some of those might be demo videos. We also have some modern explainer type videos that are very creative and entertaining. So we try to give a combination of different video input to the students depending on the different courses, and we'll continue to do that with additional video development in the future. So the first thing I'd like to go in and show you is I'd like to go into the care plan, patient file, and care notes. Okay, when you come into the actual course page, if there is a video for the course, that will be at the top of the page. And then as you scroll down, you will see a course summary that tells you about the course and who it's for and the main things that you will be learning in the course by taking the course. And then it will tell you at the bottom 10 knowledge pages follow. And there's a big next button that is used, so it's pretty simple to progress through the actual courses. This particular video is one that we created ourselves that is a PPT type of video, which I didn't mention
Welcome to the
earlier.
course on Care Plan, Patient File, and Care Notes, brought to you by Caregiver Cloud.
I'll just show you a few of these pages.
In a group respite care setting, family members of several clients may become friendly with each other.
These are
a family member asks you about the client of another family member.
Screen.
Your best response is, I can't share any information about another client. All caregivers must be careful not to discuss.
And that can be adjusted as far as the volume's concerned. That is a PPT recorded video that was made that does match the following course material. Let's proceed into our proprietary text model. So here's a knowledge point right here, okay? This covers one main point. There's an imperative statement here that has a key focus point that finishes it up. Then we have what we call rationale for each knowledge point, which is usually 4 to 5 sentences that describe the particular course. So then you use the button next to go to the next knowledge point once you're finished reading that first knowledge point. And you go to next, and you just go all the way through the courses, 10 knowledge points that way. You can see down at the bottom, 5 of 10 knowledge points, next. Okay, so and we like the button at the bottom because we like to have people have to go to the bottom and read all of the material. And I'm on the 10th one now. And this is the last knowledge point for that particular course. And you can see that I get a message on this screen that says course review completed. I can now take the course test and go look at my report card. I can select a different class, or I can review this course material again. Those are my 4 options, so I can kind of decide where I want to go from here. I'm going to take you through the course test. Okay, here's the course test starting page. So here you can see here's the question: when as a caregiver can you access to forms in the client file? What is some of the information that is included? And then you just choose one of the records. Immunization records was the answer. Here's the rationale. This was from knowledge point number 1. So the student taking the course can review this, especially if they get the question wrong, which will maybe eventually get something wrong here. There you go. You can see the color coding too. They get a red designation for an error. Okay, and they're told what the right answer is here also, so they can look up and see what's going on there with the right answer. And basically you go through each of the quizzing of the knowledge points in such a manner. I'm just going to do random clicks to show you what's going on. At the bottom of the screen, if they ever want to bail out of here, they can go back to the subjects list. They can go to the courses list. They can go also to the class material from here. Perhaps if they got the first 8 wrong, or perhaps if they got 5 wrong out of the 8 that they took, they might want to go re-review the material. So that's how this system is set up to let them have access. Now here's my final knowledge point quiz question. So then I'll say click for final results. Then I'm taking to the course completion page, which gives them their score. In my case, 40%. Just gives me a summary of the correct and incorrect answers, and that is recorded in the database in my report card. So I will go show you the report card now. Okay, here's my report card. It shows all the courses that I've taken in my training class, and then I can also, if I have access through my organization to additional courses, I can have access to all of them by using the drop down at the top of the screen. The particular course that I just took, let's see, was not in my training class, so it should be on this particular page here. And let's see, it is let's see. There it is right there. One attempt, I got 4 questions correct out of the total. So it does show up on this particular page on my report card. I used an example of one of the courses that wasn't in my training group. Just confused me for a minute there, but you can see how I can focus in on what's been assigned to me specifically to take versus if I have access to the whole library for continuing education purposes. So that's the report card. If within my training group I get all green here, then I get a gold cup over here, not a gold cup with red slashes or X through it. That's kind of an example of taking a course. Let me go in and maybe show you another one. This time I'll stick within the training class. Let's do Basic Skills General. There's only one in my training class right now, so I would go look at, let's say I just want to go right to the test, for example. I can do that. I'm going to go back up to the courses and go back in. If I click the video and don't go into the course, it'll take me right to a video only page where I have a video on feeding a patient or resident. This is a demo video, so it'll actually have humans acting and doing some training that way with an educator in control of the demonstration. So that's kind of what this video's doing here as it gets started. This is a Creative Commons video. It looks like it's about 4.5 minutes long, which is
This is a demonstration of how to feed a dependent resident.
So you can get an
After
idea.
completing your beginning procedures, you will want to raise the side rails on the bed.
Okay, so I'm not going to play that whole video, but you can see how that goes. There's a link to get right to the class, the formal proprietary class material with knowledge points breakdown here. Okay, it also has that video at the top of it, as we mentioned, above the course material. And then here's the same format summary, followed by then going through the course knowledge points to go through the course material and prep for the quizzing. So I won't go through that whole thing. Let me show you a few other things that are available for students here. Here's their profile. It's fairly simple, just kind of basic demographics. They can change their password here if they want to. It gives them their user name. I'll also show you, here's the subjects. I'll use these icons up here. Here's the subject areas list. This allows you to drill down into the system at the subject area level. So this gives you like a summary of the subject area, and then shows you the courses that make up that particular subject area. So this is bowel and bladder, so talks to you about what that means, what that subject area is, and then you can drill down to the course in this manner. Okay, this course doesn't have a particular video, so you'll get some kind of graphic image just at the top of each of the courses, and you can continue through a proprietary textual knowledge point cycle in the same manner as I showed you earlier. So let me go here. Here's the direct link to the courses that we already went to through our other alternative manners. And then here's the report card if you want to go directly to the report card. Here's the leaderboard, which is for gamification, which if this is a certain type of organization, they might want to have the students that they're putting through training compete against each other for progression, not for speed, but progression. In other words, getting a certain number of courses finished in a certain time frame. And then also here is the career page, which is mainly giving the ability to look up the schools in their area or online for continuing their formal education. So we do also, for the students, have a blog system where we have a lot of articles. You can kind of see, we started blogging earlier this year. You can see kind of the quantities. These are really good articles. We cover different areas: certification, we cover skills, tips and tricks, legal and ethical issues, diseases and consideration, caregiver skills, stuff like that. Now, to kind of conclude our walkthrough here, I want to show you maybe here's the direct video access way to get to videos without having to review the textual material. So if you come down to our disease consideration section, I want to show you the Alzheimer's video and kind of the format that you'll see there. Kind of catchy tune. Okay, you kind of get the idea there. It's going to go through. This is more like a graphical kind of course, similar to like a PPT course, with or without discussions. I think this one doesn't have any actual discussion, but it's a reader course. So let me show you some other kind of video content that we provide in our variety. Let me see, I'm looking for a particular one. Here we go, rest and sleep. This is just a simple little, this is like our shortest, this course has 5 knowledge points in it. It's our shortest course, okay? But you can just get an idea about some other kind of way that we're trying to stimulate folks' learning opportunities. Okay, and this is a non-narrated with music and some nice slide work. And this is an explainer video, which is popular, you'll see around. Okay, so I'll go ahead and stop that. It kind of goes on from there because I want to show you another one, and then we'll end this walkthrough. We also have, let me find it here, a checklist for introductory in-home visits. Okay, here's also another explainer video that we have. Okay, that goes on for 2 more minutes, so you kind of get the idea of those types of videos. And let's see, let's look at a couple more here. Here's a reader video, which helps language learning. This is actually just going over our course material. So this is something we create ourselves. And this starts going over our course material in a few minutes here, from knowledge point to knowledge point. So we call it a reader, and that'll kind of give you an idea of what's going on there. And let's see, then I think we can kind of end our little walkthrough here. I would log out if I was a student then, and I would be done for the day. I'd like to thank you very much for following me to this point. in the video, and I hope that I've given you an informal walkthrough that's helped you out just understanding the student access to our system.